guys, welcome back to the Lost Generation podcast. We're recording on a Saturday, as you guys can guess, and it's really beautiful and sunny now, but there was a really heavy rain this morning, right?
Yeah, I woke up when it was very heavily raining. I was actually having to go out, so it's annoying. But luckily, when I actually stepped out of my house, it's sunny, so thankful for that.
And how about you, Mark? What were you doing this morning?
Oh no, I went to work. It's
In dreamland, you mean?
yeah. I mean Anyway, I went to
The dreamland.
to Dreamland. I got up really late because my phone it kind of shut off because I didn't recharge it. So. I don't have any excuses for today, but it's Saturday, Yeah. Oh, and because yesterday was Ling's birthday, so
It's actually not yesterday. We just celebrated yesterday.
Technically, it's on Thursday.
no, it'd be because of that party. So
That's a
What can I
very
do?
great excuse. You're late because you went to a party.
A party.
well, yeah,
Last
yeah,
night.
like a really simple party,
of five people, and my dad in the other room.
like Sprite, fucking Fanta, and then I don't know.
Yeah, and actually the whole time he wasn't sleeping. Not because we were too loud.
No, we were very loud.
We were pretty
Like-
loud, but he was awake the whole time because he's afraid that some neighbors would come and
That's-
we're in the middle of a pandemic. Why
Oh
are
my
you
God.
gathering together?
No, I think that's even worse because
Yeah,
it's
he was
like
worrying about
we
that.
are affecting the entire community of this fucking building, and oh my god, no. Anyway, but we had a party last
Disclaimer.
night.
It's just a few of our friends. So 5 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the crew of podcast, the crew of our Lost Gen podcast. So yeah,
Yeah, and Thuong made a really cute cake.
Oh yeah, I put a lot of no, not a lot. 2 peaches on there, which is
I thought you were
going
gonna say effort.
no, the result that
also
counts.
effort.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good cake. So yeah, we did have a party to celebrate Ling's birthday. It was fun, and then we kind of post-mental the living with mental issues as well. But it seems like we kind of used the wrong word there. In a way, maybe it's a very badly phrase. Sentence in a way. It's not technically living with mental health, because mental health is the general umbrella term to describe your feeling, your mental feelings. So it's on my part, so again, sorry, but we did have fun, kind of break off from the negativity that we often have. So it's cool, but yeah, and I think so today we're gonna talk a little bit about
Another negative.
I think we come back to negativity now.
Yeah, we have enough positivity, and now we just bounce back to all the negative.
No, it's always like that. It's like a bouncing ball in a way.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
negative and then
balance.
positive.
We need a good balance.
Left and right, balance, right? So today we are going to talk about a feeling that I think a lot of us would have, which is the need to comparing yourself or to compete yourself with others, and it's called comparative suffering.
Yeah.
I actually stumbled upon this term through my social media, I think. Well, that's where we get most of the information these days. I just stumbled on that term, and I feel like I know what it is, but I actually don't. So again, I Google stuff. You need to look at Marc's reaction right now. But yeah, when I looked into comparative suffering, it's actually a feeling that I think every one of us have had in our lives. It goes 2 ways. So firstly, you either think that your struggles do not amount to anyone else's struggles, so your problem is not big enough for you to complain about it. Or the second way is that you feel like your achievement is not amount to anything because everyone else is doing something so much bigger
Better.
than you.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I get that feeling all the time. But I feel like everyone has that, and I don't really know why we're doing that. If all of us feel like we're not enough, then what does it mean? Where does it come from? But yeah, has any one of you experienced that?
No, again, like I just said, you know, like it's a mutual feeling for pretty much everyone, because sometimes it can be like a motivation kind of thing for you, because like you are seeing your friends, your best friends, for example, doing something that they love, and then, you know, like it seems like they are having like a great time or something like that, and it can motivate you in a way. Like, oh my God, yeah, I need to do stuff that I want to do, or maybe just hang out with them and then do things with them, I guess. But sometimes it can be, well, and think most of the time, it would be like a very negative energy. For example, you look at the photo of them, right? And then you are at home chilling, and then you kind of have this kind of thoughts about, oh my God, like what the fuck am I doing with my life? At this time, I don't really know like where did it originate. I think it's just like a part of our thoughts in a way, you know. It has streams, so both positive and negative thoughts kind of just flowing around, and it just kind of happens. Maybe also because at that time you're already doubting yourself, so that's why these kind of negative thoughts would becoming more apparent than the positive ones, I guess.
I do compare myself a lot in terms of my achievements or my struggles with people. Recently, mostly struggles. It's not a good feeling, and I really cannot recall when I started having that thought.
Yeah.
Or it almost become like a reflex now. When you already feel bad, like you already compare yourself to other people, and then you feel guilty about having those feelings, and then you try to cancel it.
Yeah.
Just so that you can like do stuff
Yeah.
in a way.
So like I experience that a lot in terms of whenever I feel sad, I don't know if I'm actually sad or am I supposed to feel sad, because apparently a lot of people have it worse than me. So
Yeah.
but I know it's a toxic thing, but why do we do that? And also in terms of achievement, a lot of us doing that, like we achieved something, we've done something, but then what does it amount to? Why are we doing it? Yeah, but then I think back, and I don't really want to blame, like it's just in human nature to compete for something, because it has to
it
be
is.
some external thing. So yeah, I would bring back a memory of my parents who mentioned their friends' children.
Con người ta.
My parents actually do not explicitly said that, oh, that child is better, but they would say something along the line of, oh, this girl who is the daughter of my friend is achieving something and she's doing something great. And yeah, I would automatically think like, oh, so you want that? And like, so what am I doing? You know? But yeah, I feel like it's not just my own experience, because everyone else kind of have their parents compare them with someone.
And they have it worse, and now we're suffering from our comparison. Fuck.
But yeah, have you ever heard that?
Yeah, my parents, they don't directly compare me to other people, because that's just unfair. We have different backgrounds and stuff. But yeah, they do tell me stories about how the children of their friends are achieving this thing and compete in like international competitions or something like that. And I'm just sitting there being potato.
Yeah, I'm like, how am I supposed to?
It's like a way for them to tell you like, okay, so look at these role models. You know, like they are not explicitly say you are doing bad. It's just like, you know, you can look at them and then learn from them. It's like the point of them trying to say like that. But it's also, yeah, I know it sucks sometimes, because you are already doubting yourself, and then you hear that shit, and then you see that shit, and it becomes apparent that maybe you are not doing all that much. And sometimes it can really affect the dynamic that you have with your parents, because you feel like they are not really believing in you, or they feel like everything that you are doing right now is just nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not
I don't
nothing,
know.
but like
Because
not enough. I
not
guess.
enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
sure.
something great or grand.
Or they just, or it's something
Yeah.
that they just like, oh, you know what? Okay, good, but can you do this kind of thing?
yeah,
You know, like
exactly.
the way that maybe they want it or something like that.
Yeah, just the very act of like just mentioning
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is making
Yeah.
us kind of question like,
Yeah.
oh wow, okay.
My mom, she knows like how to use words in a way, so she
Yeah.
can phrase a sentence better than I am. That still translate the fact that you can follow this kind of guy, but have never really hit me. You know, like the way that maybe Thương Thương had. You know, it's just like okay, so. There was this one guy, you know, like a friend of my friend, you know, like her son is something like that, you know.
Yeah, I think it's just also in my nature that I'm very attentive to words. So like I figure what do they mean when they say something like that. So obviously like when my mom or my dad mention someone who is doing great, they would be like I would think that oh okay, so that's what they want and that's what they like. So yeah. And eventually they want the best for me and my brothers and my sister.
No.
So that's like suggesting a role model, as you said.
I think that
yeah.
I think it comes to like the difference between the nature of our personalities.
Yeah.
Is that I'm attentive to words for sure, but like
Yeah.
I don't take it as it is, you know. Like my mom can say that kind of thing. I will think about it for sure, but I have never really like okay, so
like
that's how,
branch out.
I don't know. I don't dissect it. You know, like oh, that's what she wants. I'm just saying, oh, okay, so like that guy's better than me.
Yeah,
So
good for you.
no, it's I used to comparing myself not only in terms of academics, but also in terms of like popularity and looks as well. But anyway, like there was one time where the self-esteem that I had was very, very low, and not because of parents or anything. Maybe it's just because of myself, because I put a lot of pressure on me to either look good or you know, like a really beautiful page that everyone can see. But I didn't really feel happy about it. To be honest, like when I was younger, I didn't really care about like studying, you know. Like the only thing that I excel was English, and now it sucks. But anyway, like there was one time that I was really good at it. No, there was one time I really good at it. I actually competed citywide like exams, I think, and got third place. So because I just like yesterday I saw the how to say it,
Sign.
the not the sign,
Which-
the commemoration paper.
Oh.
What does it
Your
mean?
certificate?
The certificate? Is it?
a
Oh
certificate?
yeah, you can see that Mark's English is degrading. I'm sorry.
Fucking hell. Yeah, so yesterday I saw my certificate and I was like, oh, okay, so that's cool, you know. But like at that time, I only excelled in English, and maths was like my worst.
Still is.
It still is. But, like, yeah, I did really shitty at maths, so I care more about like the way that people perceive me. Because at that time, maybe like the environment that I was in, they kind of requires that more, you know, like in terms of looks and like popularity and such. And I was having like crazy acne's going on, so you know, like I tend to kind of compete that and you know try to look good and shit. And I don't know, like at that time I was very angry. And I talked about this before, I think, like, but I was angry at something that I don't even know, because like it brought so much negativity, because you are trying to compete with something that maybe it doesn't even competing with you. And you know, it's just really tough at that time. But now, yeah, you can say that I'm better, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I can recall the first time that thought pattern, like the competitive, the comparison thing kind of came to me was, I think it was back in elementary school, which is
That's
pretty fucked. And it was a day that they have the exam marks, and my best friend, she got like the best grade in the class, and then I got like intermediate. What's the word? Cái gì nhỉ? Trung bình.
Average.
Yeah, đúng rồi.
When we're doing a podcast in English and two of us suck at English. Anyway.
And yeah, my grade was just average. And when I come home, my dad actually asked me, "Hey, your friends got really good grades, and yours is just average. And how do you feel about that?" And honestly, at that moment, I'm just like, whatever. You know, I care about other stuff. And then he kind of suggests that, do you feel competitive? Do you feel that you are not as good as her? Or do you feel that you need to try better? Or are you just happy for her?
Okay.
And I just sit there and be like, I don't think anything at all.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the first time that it hit me that, oh, maybe that's what my parents expect me to think or to feel.
Okay, so we can say that firstly, like elementary is really too soon for you to develop like self-esteem or even, you know, like independent thoughts. You know, at that time you are still a kid, right?
Yeah.
But we can say that maybe the way that our parents kind of influence us and can somehow transform into this comparative competition kind of thing, right? Yeah. So maybe parents, and then when we kind of develop our own thoughts, then it just kind of drags on from there, right? So the starting point would be parents, I guess. It's a way. I mean, I understand why they say that. Like they're trying to make you like motivated and things like that. But sometimes we are like an odd bunch, you know. So we have like we sometimes we can divert our thoughts into a different streamline. So it's not going to apply for everybody, but it's
it's just based on your personality.
But when your parents put that on you when you're very young, then that thought kind of just grow with you.
Yeah.
It's a speciality of like the way parents in Vietnam kind of do, because like they're not going to tell you like, you know what, do it, you know, like like motivate yourself to do it, but they would use all the examples to make you feel like bad about yourself.
Backdoor.
They kind of try to make you motivated through stories. But at the end of the day, they don't know that maybe you would feel really shitty about yourself because of those stories that they told you. And I don't know, because like my mom and my dad didn't really put any pressures on me in elementary, but they did when I turned secondary and also high school and even fucking college, you know. But like, and that's why maybe for this particular topic, I already passed through that, to be honest. Not really. It may be like 80%. 80% passing through this kind of topic, because at the end of the day, I would often compare me of being a younger self and also me now. I don't compare with others anymore, because technically right now I'm working at should I say it? I'm working at VTV. And there are a lot of people that are at my same age, you know, like they already being like a full-time employee, and I'm just an intern. The point being, like, if I was very, you know, like if I feel really shitty about myself, then I don't know, I would feel really bad. But at the end of the day, because I knew why am I here? You know, the reason that I'm slower than everybody else. So I took it as something that is, in a way, more positive than maybe in high school. You know, because a lot of people ask about my age, and I was like, no, I'm the same age as this guy. And say, oh really? So why? Why are you like this? No. They're not asking like frankly like that. But it's just like, what did you do before that? I'm like,
it's
no.
the moment of
Oh, really? Ooh, like something like that, right? And I'm just kind of just frankly say that I used to study for another university, and then I came to Vietnam because of my reasons, you know. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good that you come to the realization that you should compare your own personal growth.
Yeah.
But I think, especially here in Vietnam, a lot of people do not have that luxury. Because, like Aslin just said, starting from elementary school, like the way that we organized parent-teacher meetings,
Yeah.
they just, like a teacher just literally stood up there.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
and like make a list of
Make
who's
a
at
list.
the top.
Oh my god, it's a long time ago. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that. Like the parents meeting kind of thing.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm old now. Because I don't think about it that much. No, it's okay. No, I know.
No,
I
but
totally
like-
get it. Yeah.
If you really think about it, then it's quite fucked up that a
It's
teacher
fucked up.
just stood up there
Yeah.
and read out your grades to the whole
And especially if she
Room.
didn't like you.
yeah.
Because I used to be that guy. No. Like, because I didn't really, maybe because of my personality in general. I'm that type of guy who is carefree at that time, but also thinks a lot. But
What?
hang on. No. Because like, I think like at that time I didn't really know what the purpose was, and like you said, you know, like because like it's just like physics and then maths and then this kind of thing that I didn't really like doing. So I didn't really pay any attention as, in class, and then the homeroom teacher kind of fucking hates me, and it sucks because like you are being like selected as like the enemy of the fucking class in a way, and your parents had to kind of go and listen to it. Yeah, because I think like my family kind of went through that. So when you mentioned that, I'm like, oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
we did that before. Yeah, but like no, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so like when my parents transferred me into an international school, they feel like that's a big step for them in terms of like comparison and stuff like that, because the way they organize the parent-teacher meeting is really different. We actually have to book time slot for each teacher, and then my parents would go
Oh, it's better.
and come in and meet each of them
Yeah.
individually, personally.
Yeah.
And that's when my parents realized, oh wow, so you actually have grown this much, not comparing you to any other
Yes,
children.
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think that's another problem would be the establishment that in the country today have, is that they are trying to comparing yourself to other people because maybe they thought that it's going to motivate you. But you can totally see that in a westernized like version of like the meeting, right? Like they're gonna meet you individually because that's the whole point, is that you want your parents to know the progress, not always the bad things, because sure, the bad things they can mention it, but the whole point of being in life is to progress. And that in a way, I think like right now Vietnam is just going on the streamline of negativity, and they're trying to compare each other and shame us because we are doing something differently or not in the way that the mode wants. And it sucks because it's going to translate back to our parents, going to translate back to us, and maybe the next generation as well. And I don't think it's a good idea. So yeah, the establishment, maybe the way that our parents thinks about motivation. So, like my mom is very communal. She loves family. She loves the values of being in the community and such like that. And it kind of affected me when I was in secondary school. Like every time, your parents said something, it will affect you, for sure. I used to be the guy who, have all of these like problems and stuff like that. But I would often ask myself, like, should I be sad about this? Even though I have all of these negative feelings in a way. Because maybe to the community or to my family, it's not a big of a deal. But now I don't think like that. It's very toxic. Not only that, because like everyone has their own struggles. I know that. But if it's really bothering you, you should feel like it's validated. You shouldn't feel like, oh my god, okay, so I'm sad about this, but you know what, like Marc is also having this kind of problem, and like I think it's fine, I can contain it. No, tell Marc, no, tell people about it. Don't fucking hide it. The whole point of making a progress is for you to identify the problem, right? And then tell it out, not contain it, and then just put it into like a basket and then throw in the depth of like thoughts. You don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just going to fuck you up until when you're growing up. You know, you hide your emotions. You contain your thoughts in a way, and that's why a lot of people say that they are stuck in their mind. You know, sometimes just say it out to, you know, the trusted ones that you have, and you know.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, like, because you already invalidated your own feelings.
Yeah.
So now,
I
you
know,
can't
yeah.
even admit that to yourself.
It has been a long time when you do it, so yeah.
So like, you cannot admit that to yourself, then how can you admit that to other people then?
Ooh, that's again, it's like, I think what I did was I took time to reflect back on my life, you know. And I'm not saying like everyone has to be, you know, has to have anxiety or things like that, but it took me like a time off in a way, like a sabbatical break on my mind, and to think about like, okay, so what do I want to do, or what do I expect myself to do? Because I think that is the question that you should raise to yourself first, you know, not everybody else. What do you want to do? What the fuck do you want to do in life? And sometimes I don't have an answer for that, because I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I want to do in life. But I know exactly what I am. You know, it's very hard to kind of identify that, and I know sometimes it takes longer time than myself. It's just like, you know, ask yourself the question first, you know. And right now it's not too late. Right now it's not too late at all, because right now you have the freedom. You are an adult now, in a way. There used to be a time when you are a kid. In high school and also secondary school, you're still in the arms of your parents. Right now, well, I don't know, because like my parents let me have a lot of freedom, more so than it used to be. So it gave me a chance to, you know, like to further discover myself. And it sounds very motivational shit going on with the way that I'm talking right now, but I hope you guys kind of figure out what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because I think a few times that I finally bring myself to like talk to my friends or my family, they would always say that, oh, it's okay because we have it worse. So
Oh
it
my
became
God.
something that is called a hardship Olympics.
Yep. Oh.
You compete on who got it worse.
What an idiom you have. I'm suck at
on the
idioms.
Urban Dictionary.
I'm suck at idioms. That's why like the way I'm explaining things sucks. But anyway, no, I totally get that. And it comes to the establishment kind of values as well, because we are still being influenced by that even now.
Yeah.
You know, when we have
Yeah.
relatives and then maybe even friends, I guess.
Yeah, so that just make you feel really bad when you finally have like the courage, dare I say, to spill your problem to someone, and then they say something like, you know, I have it worse, I have it this and this and this, and then it became like their TED talk, not mine.
Yeah.
You know, and that sucks. That really sucks.
What with the TED Talk
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we're RMIT where we belong now.
Yeah, I think like that specific sentence comes out a lot here, like the, oh, I have it worse. You know, some people have it worse. You should appreciate all these things that you have on hand right now. Yeah, that comes out a lot. I remember one of my friends, she actually shut down on me and the world for a very long period of time, because she was in a very dark stage, and she didn't talk to anyone about her feelings or her sadness or what's happening in her life.
Yeah.
So when I finally can pull it out of her and we meet and we talk, and then she actually told me that she feel like her problem does not matter, because everyone else has their bigger problem going on, and she doesn't want to burden anyone with her little sadness that is happening in her life. So she just stopped and tried to deal with it by herself. And luckily that she found a way out of that.
Yeah,
But
that's a good thing. Yeah.
by herself. But I know that some other people do not have that power to like walk out of that space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long, hard road, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think like it's not easy to find that power right away. Sometimes it takes months and even years, because we got so influenced by like the establishment telling you what to do, your parents motivates you in that way. You know, like relatives telling you that, you know what, it doesn't matter, you know, you just be happy, you know, do things that we kind of want you to do, you know, being a lawyer and shit like that. To be honest, like, to me, it has been like a really long experience, so I don't even know when did I stop caring about like other people's perception about me. And I'm not saying like totally I kind of block it off, but most of the time I'm fine with the way I am now, and maybe because of the confidence that I gained. So one of my hobbies is to draw. I love drawing since I was a kid, you know, and I kind of quit drawing because I was focusing on like my looks, on my
Damn.
self-esteem in secondary school. Because like, again, I think like there was one time where someone drew on my notebook that I draw, and they kind of fucking doodle on it, and I was very pissed off. But also because like of the teacher that said something along the line like, oh my god, this guy, he always drawing, he didn't focus on his lessons and like on his studies. And I got
The
chewed.
voice.
Yeah, I got chewed up by my parents, and I think that was also one of the reasons why I quit drawing. But then because like I have this moment of taking a break and think about myself, that I pick it up again. I think I talked about this before in the stories that you know, you guys asked me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I pick up because of the way I think about myself. Now I have gained confidence. I just keep drawing, and I know it's not like good comparing to, oh no, it's fine, but like it's not
Groundbreaking.
excellent if you compare to a lot of people. I know that. But I think it keeps you humble in a way. And you know, like thinking about, okay, so my suffering, it's a little bit more minimal than other, can be a good thing. But don't go all the way thinking that you are not worthy of anything. You know, it can keep you humbling, because you know that you can progress from that, and I think it's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when I look into my portfolio, I realize I do a lot of shit, even if it's bad. Well, it's not that bad, but it's like it's not in the way that I want it. But I still did a lot of things, and that thing, I think you can be proud of. You know, be proud of yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, do things that you like and be proud of it. You know, have passion into it, and maybe kind of block this kind of like interference from the outside a little bit. You know, if you are still struggling it, you know, because right now I don't care. Like a lot of people still say like, okay, so you know, like you come back here, you know, you're 23 now, kind of thing. You know, you're 24, sure. You know, I don't block it off. You know, but like I just take it as it is. You know, like okay, sure, they perceive me that way, then fine, because it's just me right now. But I know where to progress. I know where my confidence comes in. So maybe that can be a way for you to redefine yourself a little bit, and to not comparing yourself with others. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if we put it in the way that my psychiatrist told me, then it would be easier to imagine. So she said that if we imagine that our brain is like a machine, and those negative thoughts and comparison thing is a bug, it's just a bug in the system, and you can totally fix that. Like there is nothing wrong with the whole you. Like you are not a mistake. It's just that thought process is a bug, and you need to work on deleting that bug in order for the system to work smoothly.
I think like no, that's a great analogy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe at this moment, I think like we can look and say, here's the thing, you know, the establishment is like that. It's very hard to fucking like delete it, to be honest. Like it has already been a part of the culture here. It's that, you know, you need to compare yourself in order for you to feel worthy, or to feel like, okay, so you have accomplished this, or you know, like it's fine for you to feel like, oh my god, like that guy is so much better than me. You know, it's a part of the system, it's a part of the way that we have been taught. But let's just look at it this way. Right now, your life is your own, in a way. You know, your mind is your own for sure. You know, no one can control that, at least. Take time to kind of rediscover yourself, I think. Look into the passion that you used to have or you are having right now, or surround yourself with good friends. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you can plug off the establishment by having this smaller of your own establishment, you know, where people respect you. Maybe telling you to be motivated, but not telling you in the way that would offend you. You know, like motivates you in a very like sincere way, not like you can be better. No, why should I be better? They will tell you that. Surround yourself with good friends. Believe in yourself. No, that's a good thing, because like self-esteem can lead you to a lot of problems. And I'm not saying like you have to be douchey confident, you know, like, yeah, fucking cool. No, be humble about it, but be confident about yourself first. Sometimes, you know, like when I think about me, especially like the interaction that I had in VTV or other places, you know, I think like I handle it pretty well, because like a lot of time they would ask the question that if I was younger, I would think about like, oh my god, I'm useless, you know, like I'm 23 now, you know, I still don't have a job, you know, the kind of job that, you know, like the establishment preferred, you know, I'm still an intern, you know, like my peers are right now employees, you know, like what the fuck am I doing with my life, you know, that kind of fucking questions. But then, yeah, I look back and I thought I handled it pretty well, because I'm honest, not only to the people surrounding me, but to myself. That
Especially
I'm
to
like
yourself.
this, especially to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm literally say out loud to my superior that I used to attend another university, but then I got problems because of the workload and also because of myself, and that's why I came back very late, and I studied with like 1999's generation, I guess. So, but I feel fine. I totally feel fine, and I think like that's a good thing. No, I actually
Yeah,
I can give props to that to myself. Yeah.
that's another thing I really like about the RMIT community, though. Like, we don't really care about the age gap.
No, hang on. Some people
Really?
do. Well, I don't know, because like, I have talked to a lot of people in RMIT, and you know, like often they would say that it's very competitive. Maybe not in the circle that we have, but like all the circles, they feel like that. They feel the pressure of like having good grades in a way, because like their peers are having it. Maybe it like because it got translated since high school or since you know, like secondary school, and it comes back to the establishment thing as well. But I just want to say like each person has a different perks, you know. If you are not good at this, then it's fine, because like everyone has their flaws and perks as well. So if you just keep comparing yourself and not exactly try to fix it, then it's just constantly becoming more badly, you know, not just grades but also your mental issues as well, and it's not helping the problem at all, you know. So you have to know your perks, you have to know your strengths and also your weaknesses. And if someone is better at this thing, it doesn't mean that they are going to be better than everything else that you have. The point being like that, again, coming back to the buck, you know, maybe they have like a better buck for that one particular era, right?
Yeah, I think the word you're looking for is like a better chip or something.
Oh yeah, I think like I didn't understand what you said before. No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, you know, each of us have like a better perk. For me, like, I know that, you know, like maybe drawing for my own circle. I'm not saying like other circle, but I know like there are a lot of weaknesses that I have, but it doesn't mean like I'm just going to stop there and then feel pity about myself. You know, I'm still constantly trying to draw. So, you know, make progress out of the things that you feel bad about.
And don't compare your achievements to other people.
Don't compare too much.
Yeah. don't
Yeah,
compare
The
too
basic
I
point.
feel like there still need to be a level of
Yeah.
competitiveness for you
Yeah.
to move forward.
Exactly. If
But-
you're so content about yourself all the
Yeah.
time, then you're just gonna idle. Need to compare to yourself, but don't dive into this kind of negative energy all the time. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
A late, fuck.
Like meal or something.
No, not late meal. What the fuck, Jesus?
Thì không đó là gì? Nó sẽ là
thôi
dinner
rồi.
ấy, or lunch.
Phải Linh. Đúng là chỉ ở cái con Linh nó mới nghĩ ra được mấy câu này. Should I feel sad about it? I don't know. Thôi nói lại. Mà chán quá. Xin lỗi nhá. Em xin lỗi. Tôi xin lỗi.
Xin lỗi cả người nghe.
Không
Người
cắt
ta
hả?
nghe thấy.
Linh nghe thấy, Linh nghe mà.
Kiểu
không, Linh thì
to
không sao.
editing
Tại sao Linh lại không sao? À thế, mà Linh không sao đấy.
Cái buồn của Linh không bằng cái buồn tôi. nghe đau vậy. Nghe khó chịu vãi, nghe khó chịu lắm.